Hey guys, I'm Curtis with Wander with the Workmans, and it's laundry day. So among the questions that we get asked most often, one of the things that comes up quite frequently is how do you do your laundry when you're living on the road? Well, the simple answer is laundromats. Now, in some cases, if you stay in an RV park, they have laundry facilities available there, but often you're in a situation where you have to go into town. So today's laundry day for us, and we are in Roswell, New Mexico. We're at Uncle Suds Laundromat. But we want to talk about some of the things that we do to help make laundry day a little less painful and that help us along the way, making sure that we take care of our clothes, because clothing is something that takes up space in your trailer, so you don't have huge walk-in closets, obviously, but you want to keep them in good repair for as long as you possibly can. And the reason for that is you don't want to be replacing them all of the time. And when you only have 2 t-shirts, if you ruin one, you're down to half. Actually, I have quite a few more than just 2 t-shirts, but I don't have nearly as many clothes as I used to. Now, in terms of finding a laundromat near you, that's kind of the first step. And what we do is that we definitely Google the region, laundromats near me or laundromats in the city that you happen to be closest to is usually the best way to find a laundromat. This also gives you the opportunity to read reviews and see their star rating. In the case of Uncle Suds Laundromat, they have a 4.5 star rating over 110 Google reviews. It's quite possibly one of the highest rated laundromats that we have come across in our travels thus far, and it lives up to that reputation. Now, in terms of other things we look for when we get to a laundromat, obviously you want to look for general cleanliness of the facility, but also take a moment to look at the machines. Make sure that they're clean, the dryers are clean, that type of thing. But one thing that we've started looking for, and that I'm particular about, is that I want to make sure the floors are clean, because it never fails. As you're unloading a washer or a dryer, you end up dropping something on the ground, and you don't want to feel like you have to rewash it because the floors are so dirty. Again, Uncle Suds has turned out to be wonderful. Their floors are exceptionally clean as well. Now, we have a couple of items that we use in doing our laundry. Obviously, when you come to a laundromat, the functions of putting the clothes into the machine, putting detergent and fabric softener into the machine is pretty much the same as your home machine, with the exception of how it takes money, but we'll get to that in a second. But there are a few things we use that help us so that we don't have to store as many items like laundry detergent, spot sprayers, that kind of thing. The first thing that we use that cuts down on a lot of storage space is we actually use these wool dryer balls. They kind of look like snowballs. They come in a pack of 6. We'll leave a link in the description below as to where you can get some yourself. But what we do is we use these in conjunction with essential oils. Right now we're using lemongrass essential oil, but 2 drops on each ball. Those get thrown in with the dryer in lieu of a dryer sheet. It does prevent static cling. It agitates the clothes in the drying cycle so they dry more quickly, and they do absorb a little bit of moisture themselves, so that also speeds up the drying time. The other thing that we use that makes our laundry and our space issues coincide with each other is we use this laundry basket. It's kind of big and bulky right now, but it fits nicely in our closets. But the other thing is that they are collapsible, and so they stay this size this way, but as you can see, they become very thin, and so we're able to stack several of these together. And being able to stack a bunch of those together means that we have extra laundry baskets for things like sheets and towels that don't normally make it into our day-to-day dirty laundry basket. You can also find those on Amazon. We'll put a link in the description below for those as well. If you go back to our Loveland, Texas video, you'll see that we ran into a rather unusual laundromat there. But as a general rule, laundromats still take quarters for their machines, or they offer a debit card type option. Now, there's a couple of ways you can use your debit card in most laundromats. First of all, their change machines sometimes have debit card readers, so you can just get change back and then use that in the quarter exchanger to get your quarters. Or in the case of Uncle Suds, they have card readers attached to their machine, so you can pay directly to the machine with your debit card, which is very convenient. As we get into a world where change is a little bit harder to get hold of, that makes it very nice as well. In terms of other amenities that laundromats offer that are really quite nice, first of all, is there's multiple machines. As you can see behind me, there's a ton of dryers. I'm actually standing in front of a bank of washing machines, so instead of doing one load, waiting, and then going on to the next load, you can do 5 or 6 loads all at the same time, and then you can dry 5 or 6 loads all at the same time, depending on availability and what you need. But it does make it a lot quicker as well. Thing to keep in mind is a little bit of etiquette. Don't monopolize all the machines. There are other customers here who are wanting to get their laundry done as well, but you can spread out over multiple machines rather than having just one like you would at Sticks and Bricks home. Other than that, the other couple of other things that I find really nice is, first of all, most laundromats have some kind of rolling basket that allow you to pile your wet clothes into those baskets and easily transport them across the laundromat to the dryer section as well, because they're usually separated, so you end up carrying them quite a ways. And most of the time they have these baskets that you can put your clothes in, roll them across the room, put them in the dryer, and once they're done drying, you can put them back in that basket and roll them to the folding tables. Most of the laundromats that we've run into have very large folding tables, so you're able to lay out your baskets for your clothes. Again, don't forget, link in the description below. And fold your clothes nicely. That way when you get home, it's just a matter of putting them away rather than having that never-ending volcano of clean clothes that never gets quite folded or anything like that. Now, I gotta tell you, the reason we're doing the video here at Uncle Suds Laundromat in Roswell, New Mexico, is because this is quite possibly the best laundromat that we have ever come across. First of all, Linda, who's one of the attendants here, is incredibly helpful and friendly, and that is always nice. She helped us make sure we understood how the machines work, what the payment process was. Very informative and very, very friendly. Some of the other amenities that we've found here is they do offer snacks and beverages, so if you do get hungry or thirsty while you're doing your laundry, you can obviously get some refreshment here. They also offer free Wi-Fi, which is really nice, so we can get some work done while we're waiting for our laundry to be done. They have pretty standard hours. Laundromats are generally open for a wide range of time throughout the day. In the case of Uncle Suds, they're open from 8 in the morning till 9:30 at night. One thing to be aware of when using laundromats rather than your home laundry is that there is usually a rule about the last load. Now, the last load means that that's the final time you can get your laundry started so that it will be done by the time the business actually closes. In the case of Uncle Suds, their last load goes in at 8 p.m., even though the business closes at 9:30. That makes sure everybody can get home at a reasonable hour and you can get everything done. Some of the other things, if you're taxed for time or really busy because you're possibly in vacation mode or something like that, is places like Uncle Suds offer drop-off, or what is sometimes called fluff and fold service, and you can drop off your laundry. They will wash it, dry it, fold it, and have it ready for you at a price. In the case of Uncle Suds, it's $12.50 per load to have them do your laundry for you. That includes them sorting and putting it in the machines. That includes the soap, fabric softener, dryer sheets, and then at the end they will either fold or put your clothes on hangers for that price as well. One other thing that we have seen quite a bit of, and is a very nice amenity to laundromats throughout at least the Texas and New Mexico area, is that they are aware that in this part of the country there is a lot of oil drilling, and that creates some very dirty clothes for the people working in that industry. And just about every laundromat that we've run across in Texas and in New Mexico at the very least have oil field specific washers and dryers. This means that people who need to get that stuff out of their clothes have a place to come wash them, but it also means that they have a line where you can tell, okay, there's a really good chance that these machines are clean, they don't have a crude oil smell or any kind of oil in the machine that might get onto your own clothes. And so that is nice to see as well. But if you do end up with extra dirty clothes, or say something goes wrong with changing your oil or something like that, that is an option, and then you don't have to worry about dirtying other machines because they are specifically set aside. One of the last amenities that I really like about this Uncle Suds Laundromat is that they actually have a play area for kids. It's sometimes hard to keep kids entertained while you're doing a mundane task like washing your clothes. However, here they've got an area set aside for kids to play with their toys. There's a TV with a DVD player set up as well, so you can entertain the kids with the DVD as well. Now, obviously, the mechanics of doing your laundry are just about the same. You put them in, sort them, put them in. There you go. Get it right. You don't want pink underwear. But it's very simple. And again, if you keep an eye on those Google reviews, look for general cleanliness. Inspect the place when you get there. Take a walk around. Make sure you feel comfortable with it, and then you can spread out and do your laundry in about half the actual time that you might take doing it at home. Again, if you do make it to Roswell, New Mexico, and you need to do laundry, I'm highly recommending Uncle Suds. It's at 913 Sunset in Roswell, New Mexico. Come in, say hi to Linda, and get your laundry done at this exceptionally clean and friendly facility. I hope that answers your questions about how we do our laundry on the road. If you've got any other questions that I didn't cover, be sure to leave them in the comments below. We'll get back to you on those. If you have other questions about how we handle day-to-day tasks on the road, also leave those in the comments as well. If you like what we're doing and you want to keep up with us, there is the subscribe button. It's right below me. Go ahead and give that a click. It'll bring up the bell icon, and that will, if you click on that, will allow YouTube to send you a notification so you can keep up with us in real time. If you want a more minute by minute, closer to minute by minute, but a more random update of where we're at, you can follow us on Instagram. We are Wander with the Workmans on Instagram. And until next time, you guys, we'll see you down the road.